Hi guys, I'm going to show you how I've created this little time-lapse clip. Okay, so on my GoPro, I went across to the time-lapse photo mode. I set my field of view to wide. And then I set the interval to 2 seconds. I made sure my Pro Tune was on. And then I went out and I took the time-lapse. Okay, so after taking the images, I went into Lightroom. These are the images that I took, so if you want to have a quick look at them, they are quite flat. There's no detail or colour in the sky or in the ground. The bike is quite dark as well, so we'll correct that now. Go across to folders, hit the little plus icon, and click on Add Folder. Okay, scroll across to the folder that all your images are stored in. Select it. Okay, this will bring up all the images in that folder. Make sure they're all checked. If not, just click on Check All. And then click Import. Okay, that should import them all into Lightroom. After doing that, click on Edit and then Select All. Okay, now they're all selected. You click on Develop. That will open up the Edit palette. Okay, now what I usually do is I will choose an image close to the middle, so you got nice even light. Then I go to the highlights, drop that all the way down. That brings out the detail in the sky. And then I'll go to the shadows and bring it all the way to the top, and that brings out the detail in the bike. Okay, now I want to change the whites so nothing's blown out. What you do is you click on Alt and click on the slider and then drag it across till you find a nice sweet spot. I find it's normally we can just before you see the little green highlights on the black mask. Do the same with the blacks afterwards, so click Alt again and then move the slider. Blacks you can be adventurous with, it doesn't matter how much you have. The blacks just become really dark. After that I'll go to contrast. I will adjust the contrast a little bit. Then I scroll down to the clarity. It brings out some detail, especially in the ground on this image. Okay, the vibrance, which will make those blues stand up in the sky. And same with the saturation. It brings the colours and makes them pop. Now toy about with the temperature. If you bring it all the way down to the left, it brings like a blue haze over the image. Bring it all the way to the right, it's like an orangey kind of feel, warm. I like to leave it in the middle, especially for this image. I'll add a little bit of like a purple tint though. Again, this is all specific to your time-lapse or your images. This is just what worked for this one. It may not work for any of the others. This is my workflow. Okay, I'll scroll down then. I will do a little bit of noise reduction. Not too much where everything becomes blurry. Just enough so that it gets rid of all the graininess. And then I'll do a full color noise correction because I mean you can't really see it anyway. It just helps. And then I will remove chromatic abrasions. That gets rid of the little purple and blue fringing on the outsides of the images. Okay, once all that's done, if you have a look now, you can see the two different images. One done and one isn't. Okay, click on Sync. That will highlight everything that you've done. Click Synchronize. Okay, that will sync them all. All the images will then become edited. Go File, Export. Now make sure you choose the folder that you want to export them to. There's a few other settings that you can play around with. I'd normally just leave it as is. And make sure that JPEG is selected and a really high quality. Once you're happy with everything, click on Export. And that should save all your images to the selected file. Just double check, make sure they're all there. If you have a look, you can see that this image is a lot better than the original. It's ready to be turned into a video. Okay, so what you want to do next is open up Premiere Pro. Okay, once that loads, create a new project. Change the name to whatever you find suitable. Okay, and then click OK. Okay, what you want to do is then click on the project name, which is just on the left, and then that'll bring up this box. You right click it, and then click on Import. And you want to do is locate that file where all the images are stored. Click on one. I normally click the first one, and then you have a little checkbox at the bottom, which is called Image Sequence. That allows you to import them all together. Just make sure that's checked, and then click on Open. I'll open them all as a little movie clip. So your time lapse is pretty much done. There's a few things that you need to change a little bit around, just so that it's playable on most devices, because if you export it as is, it's going to be too big. So drag it across to your timeline. This will create the movie clip. Okay, and then what I do is I'll go to Sequence at the top, Sequence Settings, okay, and then I will change the resolution to 1920 by 1080. Basically 1080p. You can do it as 720p, you can do it whatever resolution you want. The resolution of the images that are taken in are too big to be played on a standard video player. Most phones won't be able to play it if you leave it as standard. Once I've done that, I change the frame rate to 25 frames a second. That's all you need. The slower you go, the slower the time lapse will be. The slower the time lapse will become. The faster you go, the faster the time lapse will become. Okay, so as you've made the stage smaller, the image is zoomed in. So all you need to do is click on the image on the sequence, and that will bring up this little tab. Click on Scale and just drag it about until you find the right space. I find out there to be the correct scale, and then you play around with the position just so you get it nice and central, or wherever you want it. I like to have the bike a little bit slightly off to the left, just so you get that sunset in. Just play around with that until you're happy. Okay, once you're happy with that, just click play on the preview, see how it looks. If you're happy to export, click on File, go down to Export, click on Media. Just bring up this little dialog box. I normally match everything to source, so whatever I've set in the sequence settings is what will be exported. And then click on Export, and that will export your movie clip. Once that is done, your time lapse is done. You just click on it and preview, and everything should be working fine. Now you can export this to your phone, Facebook, or whatever you want really. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. See you soon.